Happy Friday. I'm Jennifer from the Somerset County Family Community Health Science Department, and we're here in the kitchen today making smoothies. I'm going to show you two great recipes that your family will love. And making smoothies brings me back to when we first started doing our Facebook Live 5 years ago. I did it with my daughter at home. She was 8 years old, and she loves making smoothies still as a teenager. They're great for a midday pick-me-up, breakfast. We do a lot of these on the weekend. So the first one I want to show you is a fall-inspired smoothie. It's an apple pie smoothie. So when you think of the flavors of apple pie, I think cinnamon, I think apples, right? So the milk that we're going to use for the flavor is oat milk. And oat milk is a great alternative to dairy milk because if anyone has allergies, it is free from dairy, nuts, gluten, people that are lactose intolerant. So it's very allergen friendly, and it's going to give it that like apple crumb, crusty kind of feel because you have the oats. So about 3/4 of a cup. And when you make smoothies, things don't have to be exact. You can even double it and increase it if you want to have more than one serving. Okay, and also to give it a protein boost, we're going to add some plain Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is great for the boost of protein, but also to give it that zesty flavor and creaminess. Because in a smoothie, you want that creamy flavor. All right, so then I just grabbed a McIntosh apple. You can use any kind of apple. I've washed it. We're gonna leave our skin on because in our skin, that is where the fiber is. So apples are very nutritious. So you wanna make sure that you enjoy the skin as well. We're just gonna cut it up into some big dices here because it's all gonna get blended really well. And this is such a great recipe, especially this time of year if your family goes apple picking and you have an abundance of apples, right? This is something you can easily make, an apple pie smoothie. All right, and we have to add our cinnamon. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. You can add nutmeg if you want, any of those flavors. I'm gonna add a little bit of ice because I don't have anything frozen in here, and you wanna make sure this is nice and cool and gets a little frosting. Okay, so we're gonna add, make sure I do this the right way. Okay, here we go. Color, right? Put a comment in below what your favorite apple is. I do love a McIntosh. And Honey Crisps are really delicious. Okay, let's see how this turned out. Okay, I'm gonna save some because I know my friends here are gonna want to try. So good, so refreshing. If your kids love apple juice, they're gonna love this. They're gonna love the burst of apple flavor and the creaminess of the oat milk and the yogurt. Okay, our next one, I'm gonna unplug this. Okay, our next one is gonna be a berry spinach smoothie. Now, I love doing this because it's packed with nutrients and it's a great way to hide that spinach. You are not gonna taste the spinach at all. All right. What's gonna make this creamy is a frozen banana. Now, again, I talk a lot about food waste. So if you have those bananas at home that are starting to get overripe, yes, we can make banana bread, but what I do in my house is I peel it, I put it in a Ziploc bag, and it's ready to go for when I need to make a smoothie. If you open up my freezer, you're gonna see little bags of bananas and berries all in there for our smoothies. And we don't have to add ice because this is nice and cold. All right, so we're gonna do about a handful, about a cup of baby spinach. You want the baby spinach because they're nice and small. But again, whatever you have. And again, this is also great to clean out your fridge. All right, now I'm gonna do 1 cup of mixed berries. I have frozen blueberries and I had some raspberries at home that you know, it was the end of the week, they weren't getting eaten, so that's a good way to mix up the berries. You can use strawberries. I cut up a mango for my son, that's his favorite fruit, and around the pit, there was still some nice flesh. So I cut that off and I threw it in my bag as well. So whatever you have at home, mixed berries, mango, pineapples will also give it a great, nice sweetness. And then for the milk, I have a coconut almond milk. That's one of my favorites because I like the flavor. You can use regular milk. So we're gonna do about a cup. Okay. And again, we blend. Now, if you want a boost of protein, you can add a scoop of vanilla protein powder or collagen. I do that a lot when I'm at home. Okay, and here we go. Together. It's a really kind of like reddish purple color. I'll show it to you. And the hint of spinach is gone. All right, I will leave some. We'll do a taste test here in the office. We'll vote and see which one is their favorite. So creamy, so cold with that banana. That almond coconut milk gives it a nice flavor, and I get the burst of berries. I don't taste any spinach at all, but I know all those nutrients are coming into my body. So I will post the recipes in the comments below. Try these out. If you have your own favorite concoction of a smoothie recipe, put it in the comments, share it with us. Let us know what your family loves. But I think this is a perfect fall weekend to try an apple pie smoothie. Join us next week. Shasha will be back. She will be talking about millets and sharing some great recipes with you. Have a great weekend.